Hi, welcome to the Overtime Chatter. Let's us recap. Um, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not sure what this one is. What this one is called. Anyway, let's just take off with this. Let's take off with this. We got Candy the day before or a couple days before Thanksgiving is doing the giveaway, which I think is awesome. She has a very charitable heart. I don't care what people say. People say she do shit for you. She do stuff for you so that you so in the end when she needs something you can say, well, I helped or I did, but it don't matter. Okay, and then it's Thanksgiving Day and Marlo stuffing her face talking about how she stole a lamb chop and how difficult it was instead of just asking for it. It's Thanksgiving. Um, Kenya, I don't get this, is finally taking that little girl to meet her grandfather. That little girl about 4 or 5 years old. And I don't get it, Kenya. So anyway, I'm glad she's getting to meet him. So then now, it's after, and we at Drew's house, and Ralph wanted to throw a brunch for the ladies before they go to their trip to Portugal. Okay. First one to arrive was Candy, because she wanted to eat first. I don't know what she wearing. She got all this black stuff and some tennis shoes, look like. And then the other people started arriving. Courtney and this guy that everybody know who used to be an actor. And Candy says in her cameo how she can't believe that dude messed with Courtney because, he don't seem like her type. But I'm trying to figure out what Courtney deal is because she said it's complicated. But not that long. I think their kid is like 20 something years old, and it's still complicated. I think she just got him tagging around because she don't got no man for real. So anyway, the brunch that Ralph is throwing, the men are going to help cook it, but he has a chef there to help. So anyway, everybody come in, they sit down. Marlo comes in with her friend and Newt Scottley. And they saying that's a storyline too because Candy knows him, but she knows him as a chef. But Marlo told us that he owns his own restaurant. Well, maybe he can be a chef to own his own restaurant. I mean, don't what's his name? Merle, one of them, somebody. A bunch of chefs got their own damn restaurant, so maybe he's the chef and he cooked there too. But most people saying that he's just getting free advertisement for his restaurant. Okay, Candy's casting her movie. I mean, Todd's casting his movie, and it's been known now that Drew is going to be the leading lady to play the leading part, and Candy said that they needed somebody that was, that looked kind of young, was kind of naive, and, kind of shy, whatever. And she said, and Drew can act all of those, meaning that Drew is not none of those, but she can act them. It was a little bit shady. So anyway, Kenya was surprised, but she was playing. She said, what? I don't get a part? You didn't call me for a part? So they didn't call her for a part, but she was playing. But I don't like the shade that Drew gave Kenya. I'm wondering it 22 years ago that she was in the movie. So anyway, it was saying the credits that each of them have and stuff. But I think Kenya, back then in the day in Hollywood, it wasn't passing out movies and shit like that. When I was coming up, I was born in 1966. When I was coming up, the movies were only a whole handful of the same black actors. Yep, so she was even good to get in there. So somebody said she was I don't think she know. I think she Hollywood royalty. Hell, they played the shit out of their Twas. She was in Waiting to Exhale. Those are classics for us. So why am I so high? Ooh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, So anyway, the guys and stuff is cooking and everything. So anyway, while they all sitting at the table, Kenya's boyfriend called and she takes the phone and she shows everybody. And Marlo, look now, Marlo tried to act like she don't know who Kenya is dating, but the way that phone flashes across, she just did the phone like this. He says hi. He said, oh, I know him. So Dave Marlo starting that shit again. Oh, I dated him one time and Kenya, she ate a little bit of it when she said, well, I mean, he dated you. When he figured out you was wrong for him, now he dated me. So anyway, Marlon on that, oh, she on my sloppy seconds, and I want to see if his number's still the same. And he slid in my DM, because they was going out or something, and asked her what she should wear, a ball ground or a bodysuit. She was just trying to fuck with her. So anyway, Kenya get up and excuse us from the table, and she go talk to Roy for a few minutes, and you should see how her face light up whenever she talked to a dude that she like, she like real like, she like real bashful in her face. Y'all should see her face when she do that. So anyway, the men in there making the food, and so while they preparing the food, Drew calls over, whispers over to Drew, hey, are you gonna pay this chef? And she like, what? She said, yeah, you know, it's all in the balls, girl, that you ain't paid the chef, so I want to make sure that you paid him, so it won't be no problems. And first of all, bitch, why is you asking me that in front of all these people? And what you mean gonna be no problems? You don't pay people you owe. You act like if I told you I couldn't pay the chef, that you was gonna volunteer to pay it, bitch, please. So anyway, Drew was explaining that, and then when the ladies find out, like I did this $1,000, and they say it's a principle, I don't mean no harm. I don't got $1,000 laying around like that. But trust and believe, if I did, I just give the bitch the money. Okay, she spent the money, she bought the food. Some hair was in it. She forgot to put a hair net on it. How long was the hair? Did it get in every plate? I mean, you know, was the food hot? $1,000, I just would have gave it to her. But she said it's the principle of the thing. So apparently she went to court and she won. So end of that. So anyway, they show Sheree in her confessionals, and what the fuck did she do to her face? She shouldn't have. Maybe it's still swollen. She looked bad. She like Pinocchio, waxy Pinocchio. So anyway, they eating, the men outside, they start talking and shit, getting familiar with each other. And Tammy, so sitting at the table, and I think Candy said she glad that it wasn't her that dated the dude that Kenya is singing now. And Courtney and Kenya have a nasty exchange of energy because something is saying like you'll need a crisis manager or something, and then somebody says something about, I think it was Sheree. No, Sonya saying, thank God we'll have a crisis manager there or some shit on this trip. And Kenya says, well, I don't know about Courtney because it didn't work out too good between her and Candy. And Courtney said something kind of smart when she's saying that she's touching Kenya. And she is being a little bit smart as well. You know, wouldn't you know it or something she said. So Kenya told her, stop touching me. So Drew says, so she's like, I'm not touching you. She said, you did. You touched me like 3 times. So Drew, to break it up, because don't nobody want to hear how many times somebody touch him. Drew says, Courtney, don't worry about it. Just, you know, she got personal space. She's saying you know, that she ain't ready for that with you yet. So just, you know, respect her space. So that's the end of that. So they're getting again, they start talking about, so anyway, they in Portugal, they show up, they fly to Portugal, I'm with y'all at the dinner table, and I love what Candy got on, I love Kenya's outfit. Candy got bubble guts, she's sick, she stayed in the bathroom 2-3 hours on the flight, it was coming out both ends, she said herself in her confessional, and I'm like, ew, ooh, I know, and then I felt bad for her. Okay, so anyway, they all on the flight to get there. Everybody love their room. Sheree spent their money well. Y'all know she ain't paid for this damn trip. Now, I don't think they flew first class. It's like they flew business class, but she spent most of the money, look like, on the rooms, because everybody got an outstanding view. Everybody liked their room. Everybody had a little extra shit in their room, so everybody liked it. So anyway, they're going to meet up, and they all going to have dinner now. No, they sit at the table, and Sheree don't say nothing about them damn ovaries. I ain't heard nothing about her having problems with her coochie yet. She ain't said nothing. Maybe it's coming up. So anyway, which is a shame to me because she shouldn't have really used the opportunity to even educate me. Yeah, but y'all just go get your shit checked out once a year and make sure you don't get no cancer. When you feel like something wrong, go on, because you could bleed to death with that shit is what I heard. Okay. So when they get in the hotel at first, everybody check in. They call everybody. They call their spouse and tell them that they made it. Todd says he's God, it was a long time for you to get to the room. Because I think they still had to, as they got off their plane, they still had to drive a little ways. Looked like it might have been about 100 miles or so or more to their hotel. So anyway, I don't like the hotel. Don't look that good to me. I don't like all them colors. I like more symmetry. So anyway, they're sitting around talking to each other, and they tell Drew tells the girls that Ralph is in Vegas, and they say, "What the fuck he doing in Vegas?" And they tell him that one of the ladies that did her very video, come and find out it's the ladies that oiled their bodies down for the video, that oiled the men's bodies down, and the chocolate Magic Mike shit in Vegas, show in Vegas, said that he should come and audition. So anyway, that's where he auditioning to be a stripper. And the ladies is like, Ralph, and I've been like, they ain't had to say it like that, but they said like Ralph was fucked up looking or something. I mean, he not a bad looking dude. And if anybody was going to be a stripper in that group of men, it would probably be him, because the rest of them motherfuckers couldn't be no stripper. Maybe next to him, maybe Todd could strip. But he too short, and nobody going to want to fuck with him. And Ralph ain't that tall either, but they was like, man, I would have told them, my husband look better than all y'all fucking men. Maybe except Ross. Ross nice looking. He'd be next in line. He'd be next, then Todd. So anyway, they're at the dinner, and they're going to the dinner's native cuisine to the island, and it's all of them. But Candy ain't eating, so she must still not be feeling that good right now. So they're at the table, and Courtney started off with that, Kenya, I think you're a mean girl. And now the type of energy I get from you. And Kenya said, I just ain't like that. You know, you just got to be around me, get to know me. And she thanked Drew for intervening when Courtney was touching on her and shit to make the situation go away. Then it's Sheree and Drew talk about that shit. And here we go. It's questioning about, this that thing again about Sheree bought her, she buy Sheree clothes. They might have slid all the way down. Bought her Sheree clothes to the last reunion, and she had them like she was gonna give them to the girls, and apparently she was passing out shit, because I think they was passing the stuff out, and they showed passing out thing on the clip, and they said right after the show was over, her people came and picked the shit up and took it back, and Sheree said, I don't know nothing about that, what that got to do with me? And I'm like, girl, you know you told them to go back and get that shit because you stingy and you don't want to give nobody nothing. But yet they showed Marlo saying, I got my sheep by Sheree. She got all that sheep by Sheree, and all that shit looked like shit. Yeah, it looked terrible. She had on a hat with a big ass star on it, and who gonna check me, boo? And it looked like he was too tight. She just looked terrible. And she should have got mad with her. I've been like, damn, when you gonna do the cameo with my shit, could you have made it look a little better? Or don't fuck with it at all? So anyway, they get to talking about that, and they thought that shit was squashed, and Sheree won't take responsibility for nothing. I don't even know why Drew on we across the table and just punched that bitch in her face, because I just punched her in her goddamn face. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Oh, well, you're a liar. How am I a liar? What that had to do with me? Well, why don't you do it first? Why should I have to apologize? Why don't you? I mean, like, man, that shit remind me of when her and Marlo was like, remember her and Marlo was arguing that season. That shit got on my nerves so bad. So anyway, after a while, she'd be like, can I have some french fries? Ooh, somebody said these french fries is good. And she said, ooh, can I have a french fry? She just ignore all that shit that's going on with old girl. Like, so anyway, you see Drew trying to eat through the shit, but you know, also she's an actress. So she get up and leave the table. And then they say, and then I think it's Marlo say, Sheree, your guest done left the table. Go see about your guest. She's like, I ain't gonna go see about my guest. I ain't gonna know what. She said, listen, you've been doing good. She said, now, come on now. You've been doing good this whole trip. She said, the whole trip has been outstanding until this part. And I didn't like that Kenya said that, because whenever Kenya get these bitches a trip, it is the worst trip. And when somebody give her just a little bit of something that she don't like on the trip, she complains her ass off. But she's the worst trip giver. I'd rather her be like Sheree. Sheree don't get nobody no trip. She said, fuck it. I just ride with everybody else. And I think Kenya should be the same way, because she's too hard to please. So anyway, eventually I think it's Kenya that gets up and Sheree get up, and they finally go to see where she at. And they show her outside upset, being, you know, just being upset. I got here that Courtney to me is a smart ass, and she kind of, you know, got that slick mouth, and I liked how, I guess one time Drew was sitting around with Courtney. They was talking about they had to be talking about Candy, because they referenced that Candy said, yeah, just like I told you about when Candy make them faces, they just Candy faces. She don't mean no harm. That's just how she is. And the thing with Candy is her faces don't bother me, because even when you're not talking to her and she listens to a conversation and it sound like something bullshit or whatever to her, her face is sure. If she hear bullshit, if it smell, if it sound like a lie, you know, she got her faces. So anyway, I wanted to say this, that Sheree is fake as fuck. That I don't do that. I could not be friends on this show with none of them, because they talk about each other behind their back. The only person that didn't do it is when Phaedra and Candy was cool. I don't remember them doing. They would shade each other, but it'd be the shade that they could take it if somebody else came and told them. But the shit that they do, y'all, Sheree, the Tamaras, the Jen is like that too from off OC. She another one. She don't say much about Emily, but I don't know. I don't have no girlfriends. They do too much work. I think at dinner, the person that looked the best to me was Courtney. Courtney when she do dress nice, she got a real clean looks to her. I didn't like Marlo outfit. Looked like one of the things, the yellow shit, like one of the things kept flipping down, like her, I don't know, like her titty was out or winking or something, so I didn't like it. I think Sonya's dress was long and lanky. She already long, and they had them long things hanging off of it that make her dangly things that make her look just as lanky. And then I don't know why Kenyon sat at the table and asked the ladies they can wink with both eyes, but she said that she couldn't, but it was fun with everybody trying. And then, like I said, once that started, it was Sheree starts with her bullshit, how she don't know what she talking about. Portugal is beautiful. The ladies all need to take some kind of geography class, because they don't know. They just Google your phone and just shut the fuck up. And Candy ain't say much, but you know what? I think Candy ain't saying much, not because she wasn't feeling well. I think the temperament of the show is getting on her nerves. I think after a while, they just argue about stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Go on a trip and have fun. How about this? How about y'all heal some shit before you go on the trip? Why don't you try that? That'd be new. Don't go on a healing trip. Heal some shit, then go on the trip together and see how that works. Well, anyway, I could have been anywhere in the world. No, you could have been, I guess I could too. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I'm so tired, y'all. I need to take a nap and take my medicine, but I appreciate y'all being here with me. And I'm sorry for all those that came looking for me and I wasn't around. I'm here now. Have a good one. Bye. Thanks.